If you don't add words to your scrapbook page, you just have a really pretty picture. Let's talk about how to add text to your scrapbook page in Photoshop Elements next. Howdy, I'm Devon Noel Lee, and this is Family History Fanatics, where we help you capture your family memories and have a whole lot of fun along the way. One of the things that I really love to do is create scrapbooks, and scrapbooks help to combine pictures and text or stories together so that they will never be separated. So how do you add words to a page in Photoshop Elements? As you can see here, I have a family tree, a pedigree family tree, if you will. There are places where I need to add some words in order to complete this tree. The first thing you want to do is you want to come over and use this magnifying glass. Why do you need the magnifying glass? Well, if it looks small on screen for you, it really is small on screen for me as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your left mouse button. You're going to click and hold and drag. Let go of the left mouse button, and there you can see that I have zoomed in to the area where I want to add some text. I'm going to switch to the text. You see this capital T for text. Pretty easy to understand and remember. I'm going to click on that T, and then I'm going to come over to my layout and notice how it looks like a cursor bar right there on this screen. If I just click once and release, I'm going to have a straight line of text. But most of us, what we want to do is have text that wraps around without us having to do that work. So in order to do that, what you need to do is make sure you hold your left mouse button down onto your surface. And while you're holding that button down, you're going to drag. You see how it's going rectangular and square. There is with the shape of your text. Release it, and now your text is that shape. Now my text cursor is ginormous. Your text size and shape in Photoshop Elements will keep the properties that it had the last time you used the program. The last time I used the program, I used a pretty large font. So in order to make that font size smaller, I'm going to come down here, right where it says size, and I'm going to drop it down a bit. When you're creating your scrapbooks, generally you want to keep captions between 8-point and 10-point font, and then the body of your longer stories, 12-point fonts. It just makes it easier to read. You can always go larger, but definitely don't go smaller than 12-point font. If I want to change the justification of my text, I can go ahead and do that now. I'm going to change it to left justify or center. Looks like I'm going to do center. I'm going to go ahead and type in a name of an ancestor, and let's say James Brown. Oh no, you can't read the text. This happens to me so many times because I forget to do something important. I'm going to go ahead and click this green check mark, and then I'm going to come over here. Do you see here on the right side of your display, if I left mouse click, hold and bring that text up and keep bringing it up, you drop it by just simply letting go of the mouse button, and you left mouse click and drag all the way up. Now my text is on top of that layer. So if you don't want to have that happen again, what you need to do is make sure that you click on this button, kind of the arrow button. Click on the layer, the area you want the text to appear, and then repeat that text drawing procedure. Go ahead and type in the text. And now I have the text right there. I always can click the green arrow button, and now that text is right there on my page. Well, let's say you wanted to make some changes. In order to change your text, just double click 2 times with the left mouse button, or 2 times using your left finger on your keypad, and then you can open up the editing box for your text, and then you can change things as you need to. Make sense? So there you have it. I've added a little bit of text to my layout by just drawing a box and typing it in. Now I have a layout with multiple photos, and you can see over here on the right, I have some text, some journaling, some description of a story or event, or in this case, when and where my grandparents got married, and a little bit about their honeymoon. So another thing you can do in Photoshop Elements is copy and paste text from one source to another. In this case, I have my text that I want to copy over here in a text editor. Now, why would I do this? Well, Photoshop Elements does not have grammar and spell check in it. But you can have that over in a word processing program. So if you're going to write a lengthy bit of journaling or paragraphs about your ancestors or an event in your life, you definitely want to use a word processing program, because that's what that program was designed for. Control copy, command copy, go back over to Photoshop, and we'll be able to paste it here in a moment. Now, if I was adding text for the first time to a layout, I can do the same process that I did before. I can draw a box, and then inside that box, instead of typing, I can just put the paste function, Control V, Command V, right into my layout, and then I'm good to go. Now, some of you will be using what I like to call templates. Templates are pre-designed layouts for you that a designer will have a dummy block of text that they definitely want you to replace. So all you have to do, remember how we edited the text in the James Brown text that we changed? Same process here. Double click, we've got the green arrow, it's already highlighted. So Control V, and hit the green check mark, and you're good to go with your text box in there. To see it up close, use that magnifying glass like we showed a little bit earlier, and now you can change whatever you need to fit. Always decide now, oh, you know what, I would really like to have that centered. I can have that bolded. All of your text changing takes place down here in this part of Photoshop Elements. Now, one of the things that you want to pay attention to are balance of colors on your layout, but also readability. When you have a dark font on a fairly dark background, it's very difficult to read. So I have 2 options. I can add a matte like I showed you in a previous video, or I can change the color of the font, and I might as well put a color that is already on this layout. So this color right here, this creamy yellowy color, is a color that I think would make this text pop off of that gray background. In order to change the color, I'm going to double click on that text once again, just like it did. It's all highlighted. I did this before. I'm going to click on this color, and then I'm going to click on this rainbow little circle down here, not these colors up here, because I really want to match the paper color that's already on my layout. I'm going to click the rainbow color, and now I have an eyedropper. If I go on my layout, you can see over here the contrast right here. So if I will click with my left mouse key one time into that area, notice the color that is picked as it matches very closely to that paper. I click OK, and now the font color changes to that creamy yellow color. And I can zoom back out. I'm going to click on the magnifying glass, this time right click, and I'm going to to fit the screen. And when I fit this screen, I can see that this yellowy color, this creamy color is going around the page, and it supports the layout. Now, can you and should you add text onto a photograph into a digital photo album? It depends. In this particular layout, I added the title Marriage because I really wanted that picture to be big and beautiful and bold. But I wanted the word marriage to be somewhere on this page because the other page had the journaling and this page had the title. And I can go ahead and put that text there. But how do you add text onto a photograph? Well, it's pretty much the same way of we've done before. Let me go ahead and hide this for a moment. I'm going to click black this time, kind of a black color. And all I did this time, instead of picking a black in the layout, I just picked the black in this color selection panel. I'm going to go to the capital letter once again. And then I'm going to draw a box and type in marriage. And now I have the text onto a photograph. So it really wasn't that complicated. Once you learn how to add text boxes to your layouts, you can make them any size you need and have them serve for titles. You can have them serve for captions. Let's say you wanted to add a caption to this photograph. I'm going to zoom in down here. I can add a caption. And let's say we wanted to say 1941. Oh no, I typed this again wrong. What did I do wrong? I did not click on the layer that I want the text to go on. Draw my box on top of this layer and let's pretend it says 1941. Just have it say it says 1941 now, but I don't like the color. I want it to be the black. Another way to change colors, let's say if you have the creamy color and the black color, and I can have them be over here in the background and foreground. And now I changed the colors there. I hope that makes sense for you. So there you have it. That's kind of a quick tutorial on how to add text to a layer in a scrapbook layout in Photoshop Elements. You can draw a box and type directly. You can draw a box or use a box that's on a template and copy and paste text, which I highly recommend, from one source such as Google Docs, Microsoft Word, you name it, any type of word writing program, and copy and paste it into your scrapbook layout. And you can also add text onto a photograph. I hope that helps. If you have other questions on how to create scrapbook pages for your family history projects, be sure to put those in the comments section below. I also advise you to take advantage of pressing that red subscribe button and the bell next to it so you'll be notified when we release a new video. And if you're interested in scrapbooking, be sure to check out some of these videos that appear on the screen.